Hi, I'm Buncombe County Commission Chairman David Gantt, and this was me 2 years ago. I weighed 280 pounds, ate too much fast food, and wasn't exercising enough. Last year, I decided to make a change by growing healthier habits. I changed my diet, established a workout routine that suited me, and set a goal to lose 40 pounds. Simply by growing these healthier habits, I've lost 45 pounds and feel the best I have in years. I'm David Gantt, and this is my story. I went to a Macy's department store in a mall, and I couldn't find any clothes that fit me. I was about 275 pounds. I actually gained a little bit more after that. But when I came home, I just decided that I didn't want to live like that. And it was so embarrassing that I couldn't even find Husky Boy pants or oversized pants. And I just thought it was time for a change. And so I've been fortunate to be able to change. And I've lost a total of 45 pounds. I've kept it off. I plan to keep it off because I feel a lot better. I have a lot more energy. I did it through exercising like I always have, but I just cut back on how much I was eating. One thing that I learned as I was losing the weight and keeping it off is that you have to develop habits. Some of the habits that you have to develop are, first of all, eating well. You got to avoid fast foods. You got to think about what you're eating every meal. If you overdo it, you're going to have to cut back somewhere, because normally when you get my age, 55, you're not going to be able to make it up by exercise. So you just got to eat less. You got to stop eating late. I eat a lot of vegetables. I eat very little bread. I try to cut back on any type of sweets, although that's still a sore spot for me. You're not going to do it perfect. Nobody has a perfect diet. But when you overdo it, you just have to make it up somewhere else, and try not to overdo it more than a couple times a month. My habit is working out every day. For me, it works best to work out in the morning. I get up early, the first thing I do is work out. Other people, the workouts go better in the afternoon or at night. So you just have to figure out what your body can do and not do, and get in the habit of doing it. It's real hard to change your taste. If you're used to eating French fries and hamburgers a couple times a week, you're going to miss that fat, you're going to miss that content in those types of foods. But there's so many other foods that are good for you that fill you up just as well. You just have to become more educated, go online, study. But vegetables, salmon, fish, there's a lot of alternatives to hamburger that I just didn't want to think about, because the hamburgers and pizzas and all the food that I ate that were high fat content tasted so good, and I didn't want to change. But once you decide you do want to change, and once you decide that this is the way you want to go, you'll be surprised at the restaurants that serve good nutritious food that's low in fat. The lifestyle changes are basically just thinking real hard when you do eat wrong, how to overcome that and compensate for that in the days to follow. The biggest surprise is how fast the weight comes off once you figure out the formula for you. You start slow, but once you practice and you keep with it and keep the habit of running or exercising, it's somewhat surprising to me how easy it becomes for you and how you want to do it, and you don't feel good if you don't do it. I think if you try to sweat a little bit each day, whether it's working in the yard, whether it's running, whether it's some kind of aerobic, weightlifting, something to get your heart rate up and to sweat, I think that you'll find the weight will come off. I feel so much better. I have so much more energy. I feel like I can think a little faster, and I just feel like I can do a lot more. And that's good for my work, for my family, for my friends, for my children, because I just have more energy to do things with them. And it seems like I get a lot more out of a 24-hour day than I used to, because I can physically do things that were not possible earlier. I plan to continue these habits for the rest of my life, because I want to live a healthy life, and I want to be around for my grandchildren and great-grandchildren. Everybody's busy. You're way too busy. You have too much to do in a day. And I know that you're sitting there thinking, gosh, I cannot do that. That's great. Gantt can do this, but I'll never be able to do that. If I can do this, anybody can do it. You just have to find the time that works for you. Again, it may be early, like it is for me before I go to work. For you, it might be after work. It might be during lunch. But find some time to get in an hour or so of exercise, and you will feel better, you will lose weight, and you will be a better person.